Hello, everyone. I want to talk a little bit today about MBTI and the different temperaments, and more specifically the NF temperament in Myers-Briggs. So, if you don't know anything about Myers-Briggs, there are four different, I guess, classes of I guess people who like these four different groups all fit together. Most, this is the most. So, what's very interesting about that is, there's different temperaments, and I am an INFJ and I fit into the NF temperament, so I will start with that one first. And the NF temperament is the idealist. We're idealistic people. That's how come we fit. So, for example, if you're an ESTP, you'll be an SP, and you would fit into the SP temperament, which is the artisans. Um, and then the other two temperaments are the SJ. So, for example, if you're an ESTJ, ISTJ, um, um, that kind of thing, you're an SJ and you're a guardian. And if you are an NT, you are rational, and it's an INTJ, ENTJ, those kinds of things. So that's just kind of how that they group everybody. The letters do differentiate a little bit there. With between SJ and NT, it's not the same two letters in the same order, but it makes sense when you think about it. So um, I do want to talk about NFs, and I do understand and appreciate NFs, and I've always been an NF. Um, NFs are very subjective kind of people. They're very compassionate feeler kind of people, very, very in touch with our emotions and our intuitions and our desire to be with people and want to talk to people. We're very interested by people. We're very interested in contributing and very focused on meaning. Um, we're effective at doing this, with our nurturing. We're very insightful. We look for insightful things, and we're very encouraging. But I think one very NF quality is that we definitely discourage. We do not like conflict. Conflict is a very sore subject for me. I would avoid conflict at all costs. I really just don't like to get into an altercation or a fight with someone, or even bring up something that I wouldn't even that might cause some anger or fight, or just a verbal fight. I just definitely am not like that. And it's just I always just want to bring people together rather than tend to bring them apart, and that's just what's I think very NF. We very are interested in harmony, and I'm very um, off put by disharmony. I really hate when people don't get along, or fight, and all that, and that's a very feeling um, uh, kind of characteristic. So I believe that. So I did some research, and I did notice that a lot of NFs are 14% of all people. So we're kind of a smaller group, being 25% of the population and being 14% of people. We're a little bit less than most people. 10% of males, 7% women. I believe ENFPs are the most prominent NF type, and INFJs are the least prominent type. Um, um, and also with intuition as our main function, it's kind of our most center being. And any NF will have intuition either in their top two functions, but my top function is introverted intuition, so that is where it sits, and I do share that with the INTJ, and that's kind of how it is. But all NFs, all intuitive types will have intuition, either introverted intuition or extroverted intuition on the top two levels, and so. Just going further, I think that what we do really, INFs really do search for is meaning and possibilities. We do really do search for what is that really saying? What does that really mean? Like, when I look at society, I do say, what does that really mean? Like, when someone says a statement, what does that mean? So we go further and further into it, and we really, really value that. We really value that. Um, um, I think NFs, and this definitely I've seen a lot of videos, I've read a lot of research, and NFs do value authenticity the most. I can always look at when someone I don't think is telling me the truth, or not being truthful, or trying to be something that they're not, or what are they really doing? What are they really presenting themselves? I really hate image. I really hate people who are just trying to be something that they're not. I really hate people who are trying to look over someone else or try to get around. I really value authenticity. I really value originality. I really value um, your own ideas, your own identity. We're identity-seeking people. So I think that's very, very if you're any kind of NF, maybe you would identify with that. But I do believe that is what keeps us together. We value originality and authenticity. So I think a lot of the good jobs that are good with NFs are, things like marketing and religious work and artists and creative people and psychology and kind of more things that aren't necessarily practical. Like a religious thing is not practical. Like, no one needs religion. Like, it doesn't make the world go round, really. Like it's not like business or marketing or it's not like business and like working with your hands. It's not like that, but it does have value in society. I think NFs can bring to the world is what we can bring spiritual answers. We do. That is a natural realm of existence. Like, my natural realm of existence is thinking about religion, thinking about spirituality, thinking about the world, thinking about the identity of the world, thinking about the identity of humanity. So that's where I kind of just generally am. And I really just do feel very connected to some people, and I do have a very complicated and twisted approach to religion, and complicated and twisted, very deep and complex view of the world and people, and I like talking to people. So definitely NFs would make great counselors, great kind of teachers, that kind of thing. Like, an NF would do something like this, like be a teacher and like be given two options. Probably go with I'm going to be a teacher and help people rather than be like a business person and make a lot of money and not enjoy my job or something. Like, that might be an NF trait. It's not saying that every NF would make that choice, but a lot of NFs probably would. They would value whatever cause we're interested in is what we're mainly after. It could be anything. It's mostly social things, though. Mostly like how we relate as humans. So that's kind of what I just wanted to say. I will talk about the other types. I do understand my type as an NF. I do like I wouldn't trade my, NFness, and I wouldn't trade, because I see that, we don't look at things like sensors. Like, we don't look at things, right on and direct, and if this word means what it means, I can look at a word and make extrapolate that word and make possibilities. I can look at an object and extrapolate possibilities and meanings out of it and what that means. And sensors can't really do that, or they don't like to do that, or that's not their natural state of being. And we're not like the NTs, because the NTs are more rational. They're more down to earth. They more believe in just being. They're very thought oriented, and they're very they don't rely on their feelings. They don't rely on those kinds of things to make their decision processes work. And I rely on my feelings all day long. It's definitely I'm starting to understand the Spock versus Captain. God, I don't even know his name. The Spock versus the Captain in Star Trek, and Spock is irrational. He doesn't almost have any emotions. And then, I can't remember, Captain McCoy? Whatever his name is. In the new movie I saw last week, it was with him. And, he relies on his guts, instincts, and his feelings, and he doesn't know why. And that's kind of an NF trait, I believe. So, if you have any questions, I think that's interesting. But I will make more videos about the SP temperament, the artisans, the SJs, the guardians, and then the NTs, the rational. And I will have more information about that. So, thanks guys for watching. Alright, later.